Hi, I'm Bob Warren. I've been a political organizer and a lawyer for now over 40 years. Been a member of the Lawyers Guild for 40 years, and I started my political activism while an undergraduate at the University of Michigan in the late 1970s, and continued that work through the present, both outside of being a lawyer and through being a lawyer.
Awesome. And could you tell me more about what kind of work you do and what your current field of practice is?
Yeah, my primary work is as an immigration lawyer. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Uh, our firm was a solo practice, and now my son Liam is now an attorney working with me. So it's a father-son team doing immigration law. We're both Spanish speakers, so we have a primary focus of the Spanish-speaking community in the greater Boston area, and we serve all kinds of folks from all over the world. And we're on the side of doing asylum work, family law, litigation, removal proceedings, anything dealing with that side of the immigration practice. Federal litigation is becoming a major part of our work with the current situation. We do some other kinds of work as needed, family law. And over the years, I've also had sort of a small private legal services doing Social Security disability, tenant law, employment discrimination, but right now it's really focused on immigration. Well, I've been an organizer around Central America solidarity work, labor organizing, racism work, environmental activities during my college years. And then when I decided to go to law school, because I was a full-time organizer, I needed a change to do this in a different form. One of my inspirations to decide I really wanted to continue the practice was in my last co-op at Northeastern, where I worked in San Francisco on the trial team of impact litigation against the then Immigration Naturalization Service, INS, to stop them from doing essentially what they're doing now, from doing raids based on racial profiling. So that was a real inspiration with the lawyers I work with, particularly guild lawyers. It's extremely challenging. I even talked to a colleague a few minutes ago. The problem with immigration law now, and I've been doing it, as I said, for over 30 years, is the law changes, not monthly, not weekly, not daily, but by the hour. Laws or regulations, standing orders that we rely on minutes before are changed or not followed by ICE, by the immigration courts. So that's one of the hardest problems of doing the work. We're called constantly by clients to say whether they can travel, whether they can um, go to work, go to school. It's a lot of stress about just solving just the daily social work needs of our clients too. Uh, and the hardest part of the practice is we can't rely on our independent legal judgment anymore because there's no guarantees. We can't guarantee anything now. And it's a real stressful for the clients in particular, and obviously for us, we're not being able to give that kind of support that we always could do in the past. Well, I consider the work I do representing folks in the immigration context as part of the activist work I've been doing my whole adult life, which is supporting people fighting against racism, trying to help people find a better life in this country, supporting due process, social justice. So for that, those reasons alone, and fighting for democracy, keeping our democratic system, whatever's left of it, alive, keeps me motivated to keep going on. It's not sustainable, but it's what motivates me to do that. Yeah. Well, as an activist, before I decided to go to law school and become a lawyer, the Guild would always be there. Would be there for our protests, our organizing as legal defense, support work. Also, I'm very impressed with the Guild's litigation they would do around civil rights issues and international issues. And I knew I was when I went to law school, I knew I was going to join the Guild from the beginning. So I was a Guild member from my first year as a law student through the present, and at various times serving on the executive committee of our Mass chapter. Also, I participate in delegations with the Guild, particularly going to Mexico in 2016. A group of us went 3 days after Trump was elected the first time to investigate the disappearance of the 43 students in Ayotzinapa, Mexico. So being involved with Guild activities like that and uh, seeing what they've done on a national level, uh, the organizations they've sponsored and supported, like Center for Constitutional Rights, it's just they're always present. That's why I'm inspired to join the Guild. Guild members early on in my career have been great mentors for me when I was just starting. There's great collegiality. no one's really competitive with each other. Everyone sees we're all working on the same mission. So I think having that kind of support and inspiration is one of the reasons why I really value the Guild. Yeah, I would say that any words or comments that I might make or other people from more my generation is really to encourage young people to continue your activist work. And if you choose to be a lawyer, just see it as just a continuation of the work you're doing, the political organizing and activism. And being a lawyer is a great, um, it is a good way of doing that. It helps so many people, and working with other people, not just locally in Massachusetts, but around the country. You know you have a support network, and the Guild is also involved in international legal organizations, which means we're part of a whole planetary struggle. And Guild folks have been the Guild itself, how it was founded, is an inspiration too, because it was the first bar association to allow African Americans to be members, and that's just something to remember that the Guild stands out where the traditional bar associations don't, and I feel it should be supported and continue for as long as possible.